Okay, today we're doing more Heart and Soul 1625, and we talked about guide tones in the last video. I want to continue that idea and go a little further. So let's take a look at some ideas. These are things you can practice. So here we go. We have 3rd and 7 on the C. We have 7 and 3 on the A minor, 3, 7 on the D minor, 7 and 3 on the G. And we can play rhythmically. Trying to play sideways as always so you can see. So you see, now that doesn't sound that bad. Okay, so maybe at first it's simple, yes, but it's not lousy. And simple is good because then you can build, you can add on. If you've been practicing your major scale, you can use that to bridge these notes together. So I want you to take a look at that and play that again and see exactly what I did. It was improvised, but I'm going to keep moving. But you play that again and you'll notice I didn't do anything but guide tones and the little scale to get me from wherever I was here. And I know I ended on 7 of the G. So I'm keeping the idea of the guide tones going and working within them. Now, what if I play my jazz voicing? There's my 7. So now I'm going to do that much. Okay. So I can change that. You'll notice I started to get going there. I apologize. I started having fun. So that was an idea of all guide tones. And now I'm playing a little more rhythmically or jazz-like, jazz kind of rhythms. There's 5 on the A minor. So it doesn't sound bad, but it's not quite the limitation we're trying to put on ourselves so we can grow. And it's been a while since I've done this, so you can see if you haven't done it in a while, you have to get practice again. It's not going to always be there. The idea will be there. The infrastructure is there. And that's the most important thing to remember. I'm hearing those guide tones when I'm playing. I'm hearing that chord progression, and I'm hearing all of this underneath me as I'm laying something on top of it. So I have those points where I can go to in and out because I've heard them so many times before. And that's why we do this. So we have this C chord. You can see that, rewind that, try that, okay? And those are just little ideas we can do. Now, to be clear, if you work these things out and get so you can play them, it's not going to be improvising. It's developing the structure underneath that you will improvise on and you'll hear. So if you don't do any of this groundwork, then you're kind of hunting and pecking and trying to hope you hit good notes. If you lay a nice foundation down and you go through the chords this way, then you know where things are that sound good, and you have points to go to, resolution notes, target notes, I like to call them, places that you land on. And so that's what we're doing today. We're trying to get more. So this is more building of the infrastructure so that you have something to actually improvise on. And that's as important as improvising. And one word about improvising, maybe I'll say this again, but improvising is really difficult only because we're scared of what people will think, or we're afraid of what we think. So many times I've had students or friends play and they make up something on the spot and it sounds really nice. And I'm watching them and listening to them, and then they stop and like, it sounded kind of stupid, or that was boring, or that was a dumb idea, or, it's not that good, and so immediately putting down their offering and judging it harshly. And you don't want to do that. You got to play long enough and keep at it long enough so that you stop doing that. And that's the beauty of trying to play different every time. Do something different every time you go. Because then you can never say, well, it wasn't as good as before. You can always say, well, it was different than before. But if you're always putting down what you do, then you'll never really find out who you actually are. And that's something that is so important to learn. That's the part of improvisation I can't make you do. I can't make you just play. I can only give you the information and the material and the support to play. Like, I know you can do this. Everybody can. But you got to just go there. And you don't want to do it when you're in a bad mood. You want to do it in a good mood. Or you want to go and say, okay, I'm in a bad mood and I'm going to get in a good mood because I'm going to do this. Let the music always set you free. Don't go to your music judging it. Go to it and let your offering stand on its own. And just the fact that you can sit down and make something up, that's in itself beautiful. And that's a problem we have in the world and in society and in families. Sometimes you might play something that you really like and someone in your family says, that was weird. What is that? What are you doing? Why don't you do something that everybody likes? And maybe we've all heard things like that, but you can't let that bother you. Because those are things, sometimes I say things like that are there so that it'll challenge us to persevere. Maybe that's all a big, huge conspiracy or support in a negative so that we'll keep trying. Maybe the things people say that are negative are actually challenges from God and gifts from God. Not that He's doing it, not that He wants to hurt us, but He might be allowing that to happen so that we can actually get to higher ground and tune out the negative voices and start really listening to the beautiful voices. And I'm going to say it again. One of the most beautiful voices is the one coming from within you, and you must not judge that. You must enjoy it and celebrate it and get better at expressing it. See you next time.